So we have another video from your favorite shitter. Today, I'm talking about the Warframe weekly reset and what you can do during the reset. So if you don't know what a reset is, I don't know if you ever played games before, but what a weekly reset is. A weekly reset is my fucking chair creaks. I swear to God, you know what? Let's fix it. These are chair creaks. All right, let me get comfortable so my chair doesn't creak. Okay, so if you don't know what a weekly reset is in the game, a weekly reset is the reset when all the weekly content in the game resets. I don't know how else to explain it. There's usually like missions, and they give you exclusive rewards that are pretty much time gated. So that would be something like the Deviri Circuit, you get 2 choices a week. The Archon Hunt, you only get 1 chance a week at the Shard for the Tau Forge. The Netra Cells, all that kind of stuff. So, spoilers, obviously, if you haven't done New War, all the newest updates, sorry about that, but I'm going over all the content for the weekly reset, not like just, nothing. Because like if I don't go over it, then it's like the point of the video. But, so, first, I'm going to go over what I think is probably the most important reset out of all of them, is Teshin. Let me drink some water. I'll reload in, let me talk about how many hours I have on Cookie Clicker. I think I have like 250 hours at this point. I'm about to get into the quadrillions, so I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Cookie Clicker 100% is definitely a work in progress. But, so, every week Teshin's going to have some special stuff. By the way, this at 30,000 endo is an awful deal. Do not buy this. Just get rid of all your duplicate mods. Trust me, way better deal. And you'll have to spend 150 steel essence on that. Do not buy these Veiled Ribbon Ciphers. Just do the challenge. Unless it's bugged, you usually will fix them. But every week you can buy 25 relic packs and 25 things of Kuva. How much Kuva is this? Let me do the math. 10k times 25. 250k Kuva per week. You could buy this from Teshin. It costs 375 steel essence, so not too bad. If you have a booster, it's not hard to get that much essence. That's like one, maybe like 3-4 hour survival run. So say you have like one day where you can actually do a run like that. You can get that Kuva very easily. And next, I'm going to go over the Deviri Circuit. I'm not going to do this in any like particular order. I'm just going to go and how I feel like talking about it. So, in the Deviri Circuit, if you don't know how it works, there's a weekly rotation. So each week there's different weapons. Mainly the weapons is what you care about. The Warframes, if you're a newer player, the Warframes definitely are important, because there are frames like Harrow, Korra, Octavia, who are just not fun farms, and if they are available, definitely get them. They will save you a lot of time, and you get some free arcanes from this. So if you don't have the arcanes as a newer player, these definitely can help you, just to get some arcanes. But the main reason why you do, I wish I didn't pick this, so I could show you, but you get the Steel Path Incarnans. If you don't know what these Incarnans are, they break the fucking game. They're some of the best weapons in the game for the most part. Like things like the Bursten is crazy strong, the Torrid, the Latron, those weapons, just insane weapons. But basically every week you get a chance to pick 2 of them from a specific rotation. So this week is, let me look up what rotation it is so I can tell you. Warframe circuits, and this week is week 5 for the Steel Path Incarnans. For the normal Warframes, it is week 1. Because the Warframes, there is a longer rotation, because there is 11 different cycle options for the cycle, while the Steel Path Incarnate one is only 7. So right now it is week 5 for the Incarnans. This is probably the best week, because you have the Torrid, the Dual Toxis, the Dual Ichor, the Miter. Oh my god, that was last week. I'm so sorry. Last week was the really good week. This week is Akenbrunt, Soma, Vasto, Nami Solo, Bursten. The best one is probably the Bursten. After that, maybe I would probably get Akenbrunt, maybe. or Vasto or Nami. After that, it's kind of whatever. But the Burston is definitely the best out of all the others that are here. Their Soma is very, very disappointing. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, so that's how this works. So each week there's going to be different weapons. So week 1 is the Bratton, Lado, Skana, Paris, Kunai. And you get to pick either, you can pick the Kunai and the Paris, you can pick the Skana and the Paris, you can pick the Lado and the Kunai, and you get those 2 weapons, and you have to grind out the circuit. Like this, you get rank 5 for their first pick, and rank 10 for the second pick. And that's how you get the Incarnants, get the resources, craft the Incarnants. But these are locked on a weekly basis, and you can only get 2 each week. So it is a long grind, but once you get them all, yeah. Also, a change DE is definitely made. I don't remember them ever saying this, but there is way more arcanes in the Devere circuit than there was when it first came out. I remember when it first came out, they might have given you 1, maybe 2 arcanes. Now look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 free arcanes. If you don't know, these arcanes are so fucking annoying to farm. I have not gone out of my way to farm them yet. Because I am not the biggest fan of Deviri. I like Deviri. I don't like having to run around Deviri and do all the like little bullshit like if you have to farm Kalerbo, like that would suck if you didn't do the event. But yeah, so that's what the Deviri circuit weekly rotation is. This is more for newer players, and this is for Steel Path, in which you get all that stuff. So yeah. Oh, also, if you're doing solo Steel Path circuit, my recommendation is pick an ability DPS frame. My bad, I was drinking water. I prefer the ability DPS frames because it's less RNG. If you reset over and over and over again, so you get a Warframe that you know can DPS Steel Path circuit, it makes it so much easier than having to worry about building a whole bunch of guns and all that. If you could just build a few good Warframes, or just have even 2 Warframes that can do this, and just reset until you get the ones you want, and then you could just breeze through the Steel Path. That's what I do personally. I just find it much easier to have to go, hope I get the right guns. It's just a lot more RNG. Just keep on resetting. If you want to reset quickly, if you get like a bad rotation, I do the normal one, and then reset my options, because if you don't know, once you do it, I have some decent options. Once you do one run, your options get changed. So usually you get some high forma, like high usage options, and then you get some lower options that you don't really use. That's the easy way of trying to get you to use newer stuff, but still giving you things that you already use. So that's the circuit. Not the hardest once you get used to it. It's not too bad. Now let's go. If I can recall. I don't want to go back here. I still haven't gotten this ship. But once you beat most of the weekly content doesn't start to really unlock until you get to New War. So actually, let me go over that really quickly, because that's probably should have been the first thing I did. So if you don't know, let's do main story quest. So the main stuff, once you start unlocking weekly content, is gonna be once you do the New War. The New War is really what's gonna unlock a lot of the weekly stuff for you. Once you beat New War, you unlock the Archons and the Call missions. Zariman doesn't unlock. Does Zariman unlock weekly content? No, but Zariman unlocks a lot of great content like Void Cascade. Void Cascade is an amazing mission type. And Whisper in the Walls unlocks the new other weekly content, the Netra Cells, which we'll get into, and I'll talk about the new thing that they're adding. But if you don't know who Call is, the GOAT legend. Unless you're playing his missions, then you want to fucking kill him. Look at that pinked out Call. Look at him, how cute he is. But if you don't know how these Call missions work, you talk to Call. You do these awful missions. This will take you a good 40 minutes a week, which doesn't sound that bad. But if you missed one thing, you have to go back in. I think they've made these challenges a lot easier. But I remember when that first came out, it was awful. It's a drag, and you had to play them. If you want to get Stynex, who is a great Warframe, you have to do this farm. If I'm being honest, if you want to get Stynex, I'm pretty sure he's one of the cheaper frames you could buy from the market. So let me just double check that. I remember he is, if I remember correctly, he is one of the cheaper Warframes. So let's Stynex. Nice typing. Yeah, only 175 plat. That is really cheap for the Warframes because you see a lot of 325, 375. You can see for a Warframe in here, he is extremely cheap and he's also a horrible farm. Unlike some of the other frames like Korra is 325, Octavia 225. These are also really hard frames to farm. Nidus is also 225. I mean, these Warframes are horrible grinds. And 175 plat, trust me, that 175 plat will save years off your life. So I would highly recommend just buying him from the market instead of having to grind this out, because you already need to get the Slatra, the Agrit, all the Archon mods. I would say the only one you probably don't need is Archon Flow. This one is like low-key useless. If you don't have Prime Flow, obviously Archon Flow is a good replacement for that, but that's really it. The rest of these though are mods you should go and get for sure. Archon Vitality is useful on, not as useful anymore because they did nerf Thermal Sunder, so you can't use it on every frame like you used to, but it's still a useful mod. This is great if you can make use of it. This is also great if you can make use of it, and this is also great if you can make use out of it. I don't have the ship yet, but if you don't know what the ship does, you can use the air support chargers to call in his little dudes, and they just kind of fuck shit up. Pretty cool. Fog of Warframer is the only one I liked out of all these, so you can get that. Aphentis, I've tried to make this gun work. It's not good. It's a cool weapon and when you look at it, but when you use it in real time, it's just not good. It's not a good weapon. It looks not bad from the stats, right? And when you take into account the buff, the Balisari Might buff, this doesn't look horrible. But the reason why this gun isn't good is it ragdolls enemies. It has even with the fire buff, it's a super slow fire. It has bad ammo. The one thing this weapon shouldn't have is bad ammo. I feel like this weapon should have at least double the ammo max, and it should get like a 6 ammo per pickup, not 4. Because the amount of shots you have to put in to kill enemies, it just feels like a very clunky weapon. The throw speed should be increased. There's a lot of things wrong with this weapon. I might make a video going into why I don't want this weapon, but yeah. There's some scenes, and you can also buy the big thing here that I meant to actually talk about is the weekly purchase. The whole reason I'm here for the most part is you can get a shard every week from Call, but is it worth it? In my opinion, if you hate yourself and you don't mind doing call missions, do it, but for the most part, I don't think this is worth getting. I absolutely hate call missions like a lot of the player base does. These were fun when they first came out. Like, it was fine. Like, I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't hate it. Like, I can get through it, but it's still not, it's not the best thing ever. It's not enjoyable. So let's get the fuck out of here, because I do not like this Drifter camp. I've never liked it. Especially if you played on console, like me before I got my computer. Going to the Drifter camp on console, your frames are so bad there. Like, I can maybe get like 30. Another problem with console is all the open worlds are locked at like 30 FPS, it feels like. And they just feel so awful to play. That's just a thing I wanted to say really quick, I don't know why. But the next big weekly thing is the Archon hunts. These are not very hard, they don't take very long. If you have trouble killing the actual Archon, use radiation damage for one. They take more radiation damage. You want to play a tanky frame, so any frame with any sort of innate damage reduction. I know a lot of people play Wisp. You can definitely use a Wisp for this. If you are going to use a Wisp, obviously you're going to want a damage buff, obviously, but there may be a little more survivability. But what I use personally for my setup for the Archon hunts, I'll show really quickly. I use the Torrid with Nezha. I'll go over the Nezha build quickly, but I want to just get this build super simple. Not to run around and get kills. Just kind of just run in and just melt the boss. I do have a pretty good Torrid Riven, so obviously your damage will be less than mine because I do have a good Riven. But even then, this weapon is busted enough. You will do fine anyway. And just obviously as much radiation as you can get on the weapon. More radiation the better. I run Blight just for the extra crit damage and multi-shot, even though I have a horrible Blight. This is literally all you need. Stropha is very useful because, if you don't know, for Archon Boreal, let me talk about this. Archon Boreal has these people, not people, these people, all the Archons summon enemies. Once you get into a certain amount of health or after a certain amount of time, they will summon enemies. Boreal has these really annoying, like, vials you need to shoot on these guys because they're immune to damage until you hit the vials. And using something like the Stropha, it pretty much will insta-kill their immunity, and you can kill the enemies super easily. The other gun I run is the Spore Lacer. The reason I run this is just for Amar when you have to shoot his clones. It has some AoE, so it just makes it easier to clear out the clones quicker. On my Neja, I use Eclipse, and literally just tanking and some power strength. If you don't have Arcane Grace or Guardian, some other things I would run, or if you don't have the maxed out Umbra set, you probably don't even need. A lot of this is like straight overkill. Like, I never get close to dying. I can tank this without his 3. Like, I don't even need Warding Halo. So you don't need a lot of this shit that is here. A lot of this is complete overkill. A reason why I like Neja is because you don't need Prime Sure-Footed. That's why I would recommend Neja for this. Equilibrium, if you don't know, his 2 makes a ton of health orbs, so free energy. Adaptation, obviously, his 3 gives you status immunity plus DR. Health conversion gives you a ton of armor. If you don't have Guardian, health conversion is a really nice replacement. If you don't, just ignore the arcanes. If you don't, these are kind of expensive if you don't have them. And yeah, the rest of this is just kind of whatever. Hunter Adrenaline gives you a ton of energy back, so you don't have to worry about getting energy, but you still have Equilibrium plus this. Just in case, you could probably get away with just Rage or Adrenaline though. And for this, all you need here, ignore all of this, you don't need all this. All you need is Void Strike and Void Fuel, really just Void Strike. Void Strike will allow you to deal tons of more damage. This gives you an Eclipse type multiplier, I'm pretty sure is how it works. It's like final damage multiplier, which will allow you to melt the Archons way faster. So yeah, that is how I kill the Archons. So getting into the next piece of weekly content, that would be Nightwave. So if you don't know how Nightwave works, there is tons of different stuff here. By the way, do not buy Kuva from Nightwave. It is a complete scam and waste of your Nightwave creds. This conversion rate is really bad, by the way, so do not do this. Even buying these isn't a great buy, but it's still not a horrible one. Fuck. My bad. Nightane. Nightane is great to get from Nightwave. It's Nightane used to be straight alerts if you back in the day if you didn't know. So being able to just buy it from Nightwave is super nice, super you know, way better than before. There's a bunch of helmets and skins and stuff. If there's like a cool helmet you want for raiding play, buy it. The Wisp Gouth helmet, I think that's what it's called. So that she doesn't, you can buy it. Let me show it real quick. It's the one that you can get if you don't have any of her other skins, so that she doesn't look like Amber Rose. Not saying Amber Rose isn't, you know, Amber Rose, but just, you know. So this is, yeah, you can see the Amber Rose Baldy right here, you know. And then you get this skin, you get the little hoodie. It just looks better than, you know, this skin. If you got the Dex skin, this looks good. Obviously, Wisp Prime is my favorite. That or the Coven skin, or however you say, with the little witch hat. I like this one too. But you know, enough talking about fucking cosmetics. It's supposed to be a weekly reset. I'm just talking about cosmetics. The most important thing I would say from Nightwave is either the MR from the weapons. You also, the ceramic dagger, you can buy it from Nightwave. You can only get it from Nightwave. If it's there, buy it. There's an insane incarnate for the ceramic dagger. Make sure you get that. But you can buy, the majority of the aura mods in the game come from Nightwave now. If you don't know, a lot of this stuff was previously alerts that randomly would just pop up. I like the Nightwave change where they just threw everything in Nightwave and made it so it's just there now, so you don't have to worry about things popping up and just being kind of just bullshit. It's still like low-key bullshit because like, you can get bad rotations. Like the napalm rounds Nightwave mod still has not popped up the entire cycle. It's the only one I'm missing, and I'm really mad that I don't have it yet because I want to make a build with it and I just can't get it, and I'm not buying it off someone. But yeah, you can get the old horror pack one, which is from like one of the old Nightwave seasons. The old Nightwave season mods now appear in here. I would recommend buying those first because they do pop up less. So yeah, but you can get these Conclave mods for the powers, things like Sprint Boost, Energy Siphon, Enemy Radar. This isn't a good one, really good one. But yeah, that's what you can buy from Nightwave. There's also Nihil's Obulate and old stuff from old Nightwave seasons. Like you can buy Wolf Beacons from the Wolf Saturn 6 season to get the Wolf Sledge. Nihil's Obulate will give you, I forget what this gives you. I'm gonna be completely honest. I forget what you get. You get, oh, the Vitrica. You get the Vitrica heavy sword. It's a cool sword. That's what you get from doing this. You have to buy the Obulate and then the entrance thing. But yeah, that's how Nightwave works. I need to go over the challenges. Every week there is challenges that get put. There is 3 challenges that are there every week, which is complete 15 missions, kill 30 Eximus, kill 500 enemies, super easy, free, like 1,300 standing. Then there's you get the 2 elite weeklies, which are this week it was complete 8 zones of ESO and activate Incarnins 5 times. So these were actually insanely easy. This will give you a ton of standing. And then you get these 2 normal weeklies. You get mobile defense and do 4 Xamarin bounties, and then you get that in here. Once you beat the actual, not beat, but once you clear the 30 first stages, after that, each stage gives you 15 Nightwave creds just every time you complete one, and it just goes on forever. So once you beat the actual beat, why do I keep saying beat? Once you complete the whole Nightwave thing, that's what you get. So it's not hard. Do it every week if you can. If there's a shit, damn, I'm losing my voice. If it's not like an annoying challenge, like I'm not gonna go and do the Xamarin bounty one because I don't have a need to do Xamarin bounties. I have all that shit already. There's no point in me going back and doing Xamarin bounties. If there is a mobile defense thing, this takes forever. Mobile defense is like a 5-minute mission. I don't want to have to waste 15 minutes in a mobile defense just to get 4,500 standing. I'll just get this. So, pick and choose the ones you want to do. If they're just not a good use of your time, then I would recommend skipping them. And now we are going to go to the newest update, which is God damn, is the Sanctum Anatomica. And after this, I'll go over some of the daily stuff you can do in Warframe as well, since this video is already like 20 minutes long. Alright, so once you do this whole thing, you go here, talk to the sad dog, and you could do these 5 Netra cells. I haven't done any of this stuff yet. It's Monday. I get off my deck. Yeah. So this mission is not very hard. It's super easy. You just I'll show how it works, because it'd be a little annoying to explain. But you're gonna want to go in here. Obviously, you have to get the mission. Mine solo. I am a solo good. I hate playing with teammates. Teammates in this game just, not to like be like a dickhead, but like a lot of the solo queue, most games with solo queue, when you solo queue with teammates, you don't get good teammates. So I prefer doing things by myself because it just makes the game easier. But what you want to do is when you're doing this solo, because I play this game majority solo by myself. That's how I prefer playing it. You can play with other people. Just make sure you play with people who don't, aren't retarded and like kind of know what they're doing. I'm not saying you have to play with like fucking sweats or anything. Just make sure like they know the mission type, and obviously they bring decent weapons so they don't suck. But you get 4 modifiers. These are random. Like this one gives extra misses. This one will give, oh my god, every time you do damage you get bleed status. This one is exploded void energy, and this one is lose 2. This one is probably the most annoying one out of all of them. I hate this one so much. This one's killed me. This is the only one that's actually killed me. I remember one time I failed the mission because of this one, so yeah, I hate that one. But so you need to pick up, if you're on solo, you have to pick up all 4. If you're playing with more people, obviously you split it up, however. But you need to get these 4, you clear the mission. The mission, if you've ever played Wood Cascade, You have to get, there's this big area, you have to kill a bunch of enemies in the area, fill up the thing. You go, you shoot a random Nether cell thingy from like, that's just, it's kind of like the Railjack defense, not defense, Railjack, objective one where you kill the enemies, then you have to wait, find the one enemy because it stops it from going, run all the way back, kill the enemies. This mission sucks, it's horrible, it's not fun, but the loot is half decent. It can be very good at times, but you know, it's not, you know, my favorite thing to do. But the reason why you want to pick up all of these is because at the end you put it in and then you can unlock the gate to get all the loot. But that's how this mission works. Yeah. There is a new version of, well, a new mission being added to this area. I'm gonna go and look it up because I don't want to say anything wrong because it is new and I didn't look at it too much. Alright, let's look this up. What should I look up? Oh, let me just look at the dev stream. Oh, is it 177 I want to say? Yeah, okay. Let's go here and let's keep going. Where is it? So this new mission type is called the Deep Archimeda. I'm thirsty as shit. So what this is, you have to be rank 5 with the new Kaguya Syndicate. I'm not rank 5 because yeah, I don't know, lazy. But you have to use 2 of your weekly Nether Cell things. So you're gonna lose 2 of your attempts on the weekly Nether Cells. So you only get 3 instead of 5 if you do this new mission type. But this will give you more loot, and it will give you overall higher loot according to DE. What they said is you will get technically 8 drops instead of the 5 drops from the normal, just doing the normal 5 Nether Cells. So keep that in mind. Where is the, what do they say about it? Get research value. So basically how it works is it's kind of like Circuit, how they're gonna push you to use different stuff, but obviously you could use the same stuff you want to use and take more modifiers in order to get the research. Basically it's just a bar to where you can get better loot. The higher the research you get, the better loot you get from the missions. I'm pretty sure this is it's all the mission types that are in the what do you call it, the new Sanctum Anatomica, all the new the Albrecht Laboratory missions. I'm pretty sure it's those missions, because you have to take 3 missions in a row and you can't change your loadout, so you're stuck with the loadout you pick. So just be mindful of that. And that's how this game mode is gonna work. And now what else is there to talk about? We can go over some of the daily stuff quickly, I guess, because that's pretty much most of the weekly stuff that is in the game that there is to do. Obviously, standing for every syndicate, you can do that every day if you feel like it, but you know, I'm lazy, I don't be doing it like that. But there is standing every day. You can craft forma and stuff like that every day. What else? Filling up your fleshlight. I know some of you do that every day. Well, obviously you go feed it when the things go to get the, you know, higher stuff. What else is there to talk about? Your daily focus cap. I don't think I hit mine yet, did I? I did a run last night. I did hit it. But if you don't know, a quick way to get your daily focus cap in, like, you know, super quickly is go and just play ESO and you'll get it super quickly. There are syndicate missions. Play these, you can get syndicate medallions to get the farm up. Because now the way that, you know, relic packs work, they nerfed them. You can't buy infinite relic packs anymore. So now the only way to buy a shit ton of relic packs quickly is by saving up syndicate medallions and stuff like that. So if you you want to do that, you can do that. If you want to be like, you know, like be ready for where every update comes out, you know, you can do this. There are steel path incursions. If there's good ones, do them. Free steel lessons. There are invasions. Invasions are really old, but you know, if you need the weapons for the MR, do them. And I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about for this video. Let me just think for another minute and see. Kuva floods, Kuva siphons. That was a good thing I clicked here. There are these. They reset every hour. I recommend really just doing the flood for the relic because you get the guaranteed relic. There are nightmare missions if you want to do this for the nightmare mods. I'd probably just buy them because they get very boring just running them over and over again. There are arbitrations you could do. I would recommend having a team if you're doing arbitrations because solo queue arbitrations, you don't want to do that. It's painful. People are really stupid and they don't know what to do. Oh no, my booster's about to run out. Shit. But yeah, that is pretty much what I want to talk about. You have also resource drones. You know, you can drop these fuckers you know, on these planets, get some free resources if you want to do that. So I think that is all the daily stuff that I wanted to go over for the most part. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, yeah, thanks for watching. You're a bitch. Bye.